Liverpool have agreement for first signing in 2026, with all details done, as Romano reveals intention. According to reports, Liverpool already have an agreement for their first signing in 2026, while Fabrizio Romano has commented on their intention. Liverpool had a dream summer transfer window as they secured most of their top targets, investing around £415 million in a major squad overhaul. Alexander Isak, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Jeremie Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez were Liverpool's most notable signings, while they cashed in on Luis Diaz, Darwin Nunez, and Jarell Quansah to raise funds. Arne Slot's side were dealt a blow on deadline day though. This came as they missed out on Crystal Palace and England star Marc Guehi at the 11th hour. Liverpool targeted Guehi for most of the summer window, and they reached a £35 million agreement with Palace on deadline day, but the deal fell through following the London club's failure to land a suitable replacement. Still, the door remains open for Guehi to join Liverpool next year, as he is in the final year of his current contract. Romano has claimed that Liverpool's intention is to go for Guehi as a free agent. Marc Guehi will not sign a new contract with Crystal Palace. You can imagine that the season can change, but as of today, the intention of Liverpool is to go for Guehi as a free agent, and not to go for him in the January transfer window, Romano said on his YouTube channel. If something happens in the next months, Liverpool can decide to revisit that decision. Liverpool are not happy with what happened on deadline day. There will be competition from Spain, Italy, Germany, and England as well. For sure, there will be many clubs willing to enter the race and tell him that they will pay a bigger wage or signing fee than Liverpool. Liverpool will be there, but the intention is to go for Guehi in 2026 as a free agent. However, a report from Football Insider claims Liverpool have an agreement to sign Guehi in 2026, with former Premier League chief scout Mick Brown, who remains very well connected within the game, claiming that all the details are pretty much done. "I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool have an agreement already," Brown told Football Insider. "I've seen it happen before. The deal falls through, but everything had already been agreed on the players' side, so they can return to the deal without any issues. When you come that close to a deal, all the details are pretty much done. It looked like it was a done deal, so they know what the player's asking for. They know he wants to join. It's just a case of moving forward with the club to bring him in when he's available. Whether it happens in January or at the end of the season, it's up to them really." Liverpool will say with only a year left on his contract, they can save £35 million and get him for free. Even if there's interest from the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona as have been mentioned, Liverpool are confident he wants to join them. So from their point of view, it's just a case of making a move again when he's available. Liverpool can still sign perfect Marc Guehi alternative after transfer collapses. All the latest Liverpool FC transfer news as the Premier League champions consider their options at centre-back. Liverpool need to sign a new centre-back in January, regardless of whether they plan to sign Marc Guehi at the end of the season. The Premier League champions raced to sign the 25-year-old defender on deadline day, but with Crystal Palace unable to sign a replacement, a deal collapsed. The Echo understands that Liverpool had agreed to sign Guehi from the Eagles for £35 million. While Oliver Glasner and Steve Parish locked horns over the England international's future, he was undergoing a medical in London. The Crystal Palace chairman eventually recognized that losing two key figures made little sense, so he pulled the plug on the deal with the Reds. While Parish could slash Guehi's price tag in January, it's understood that it's unlikely Liverpool will reignite talks, given he'll be available for free when his contract expires in the summer. There's no guarantee that the defender will end up at Anfield though. From January, foreign clubs will be eligible to open pre-contract talks with Guehi. The Reds, as well as every other domestic club, must wait until he enters the final month of his deal. So with Arne Slot in need of a new ball-playing centre-half, the Ajo has shortlisted 4 players that the Liverpool boss could look at instead. Ousmane Diomande was reportedly identified as the successor to Guehi at Selhurst Park in the summer. The 21-year-old defender was heavily linked with numerous Premier League clubs, having just helped Sporting Clube de Portugal win back-to-back domestic league titles. Antonio Silva. There's a wealth of talent in the Portuguese top flight at the moment. Antonio Silva caught the eye for Benfica at the Club World Cup in the United States, and he's another young centre-half who's on the brink of exploding. Jan-Paul van Hecke. If Slot wants to sign somebody with a bit of Premier League experience, then Liverpool should take a look at Jan-Paul van Hecke. The Brighton defender, who only has 2 years left on his deal at the Amex Stadium, could take his game to the next level at Anfield. The only gripe with van Hecke is that he prefers playing on the left of a centre-half pairing. So rather than coming in as an alternative to Guehi, he'd deputize Virgil van Dijk at first. And in theory, one-day partner Ibrahima Konate or Giovanni Leoni. Castello Lukeba could be quite pricey, having signed a contract extension at RB Leipzig in October 2024, but he has a tremendous ceiling. The 22-year-old has recently emerged as one of the most promising young defenders in the Bundesliga. At right centre-back, he'd give Jeremie Frimpong the license to get forward. Lukeba, however, only stands at about 6 feet tall, so he could be targeted by strikers who love an aerial duel.